Jim! Switcher in! Pivot! 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 Good. Get your shirt off.
I was gonna have Kenny go first. You got something to say. Okay.
All right, historical accounts often aren't that kind of Vikings. They're largely seen as heartless pagans, killing for sport and taking what they wanted without mercy or regard for those who they took it from. They terrorized and brutalized Europe for centuries with their brutality and their tenacity. However, if we step into their longboats for a moment and try to empathize with them, they're actually not that different from those of us standing in this, I said circle, but this isn't a circle. Hodgepodge.
Thing.
See, the Vikings came from cold, desolate parts of northern Europe. The harsh winters and infertile land made it difficult to provide for their families and their tribes. They identified a need for change and took great risks in order to earn great rewards. When they looked at places like the British Isles, northern Europe, France, and other parts of Europe, they saw endless opportunity. They saw fertile ground and a chance to make a better life for those they cared for most. That's not all that different from the choice we make every morning when we set our alarm for 4:30 a.m., roll out of bed to punish ourselves in the gloom. See, we too see better things on the horizon. And no one's going to give us that better life that we seek. We must take it.
Aye.
We must put on our war gear and take what it is that we seek with ferocity and tenacity, regardless of what the world may think of us. In Norse mythology, Valhalla is where the souls of only the most distinguished of warriors go. It's a place of great jubilation. It's a vast hall of Viking warriors feasting and drinking and recounting tales of battles of old until the end of time. To be allowed into Valhalla, a warrior must die in combat with a sword in his hand, next to his brothers fighting for a better life. Only when he has proven himself to be a warrior among mere men would a Viking be permitted to enter the feasting halls of Valhalla. Likewise, in F3 Valhalla, we also will be fighting for something better. We must kill the person that we were to become something far greater. That sad clown that held us back from our full potential and who represented a betrayal to our kin and ancestors needs to be extinguished for those seeking to join us in Valhalla. We rush into battle daily, showing no fear, shoulder to shoulder with our brothers, with our shields interlocked against the world around us, which threatens our existence and tempts us to break rank and conform to its self-destructive habits and ways. By battling beside our brothers in this way, we forge ourselves and those around us into something we couldn't hope to be on our own. The bonds we form in the gloom will serve as a bulwark against a return to the sad clown lives we once lived. That's what Valhalla means to us, my friends. Valhalla, brothers, is earned. The right to this brotherhood is something we must fight to achieve. I, for one, look forward to standing in this shield wall with each of you. For Valhalla!
Good morning, man. My name's Meat Wagon. Everything is elaborate, planned out for here, but I want to say thank you to every one of you. I'm not new. I've started at the end of 23, came out, fit in immediately. I feel like I've got a great band of brothers here. It's just made a world of difference. Since then, there's been new regions, new AOs, a lot more going on, and I continue to grow and look forward to fighting with every one of you. And I've got something from all of us, for all of us here.
One hand, baby! One handed! Clean it! Clean it! Come on! Hold it up there longer!
There's always been a rumor that us F3 boys are a cult.
What?
And it was just a rumor, it's kind of one way or the other. And then they came out with these Valhalla shirts. And then I looked up with Valhalla Man and I was like, yeah, that's cool. You can't get, there's no way getting around it. Is there anybody here that's been here for 6 months or less that can cite the mission of F3? Anybody? Come on up here. Come on.
January.
Yeah, okay, January this year?
Yes, sir.
Give it to us.
Mission of F3 is to plant, grow, and serve small workout groups of men for the invigoration of the male.
And you guys know, and I've said this before many times, we've accelerated so much in St. Charles that our workout groups have gotten rather large. And as of late, since we've started star fishing, I've seen smaller workout groups, and I've seen men really getting to know each other again. I've seen 3 or 4 up here at like Dobbs and Vespa up here at Dames Park, all across the region, Rabbit Run with Who Dis and 9 Lives, and that's where you really accelerate. That's where Sad Clowns really dive into people. I've seen acceleration from everybody here, including this man right here. And some of you might ask, what does it mean to choose a Nantan? And unfortunately, I get to set the world record for handing off flags. But a Nantan is a cultural leader, and there's so many guys here that I know they're going to become Nantans. And now that we have 7 regions in St. Charles County, that means instead of having 1 Nantan per year, we're going to have 7 guys that get to go through that experience. It's an unbelievable experience. Five-Hole and I got to have lunch yesterday and talk about the experience. And some guys become sight cues first and go through other things. Some guys become Nantans right away. It doesn't matter. It's just a cultural leader. And so Five-Hole got chosen. I'll never forget, right when I became Nantan, we had a beat down here. I think it was soon after he handed off the flag, because he was the sight cue right here at the bayou. I said, hey man, you belong on a region leadership team. You need to look at that. And it wasn't but a few months later. He was shocked. Like, really? Me, you think? And there's so many guys here. Floppy's an example. Floppy, where you at? Floppy stood when he got handed the flag to Braveheart and said, I've never really been a leader. And guys, that's not true. If you're a father, you're a leader. If you're a friend, you're a leader. If you're a husband, you're a leader. If you're a human being, you have to lead yourself first. And when I think of Five-Hole, there's a few things that popped out to me. One was his son Jackson has been through some serious health challenges, and he would come and he'd be vulnerable and he would share, and his poise and his composure throughout it all just impressed me. So I was like, man, if I was going through what he's going through right now, I'd be a mess. I don't know if I'd be out here. And that is a leader. He there was one night I was over at Tex-Mex's house before he left, and Five-Hole showed up with his M, and they had just been to a trivia night, and they were all decked out in some kind of gear. 90s gear. And they were having so much fun, and they were smiling, and they were laughing.
Somehow they won that trip. I think they paid somebody else.
But for me, when I saw him and I looked at him with his M, I was like, that guy knows who he is. He knows who he is, and he's comfortable in his own skin. And I haven't always been like that, and I can say a lot of us have our own insecurities. But watching him with his M and knowing that he's a great leader in his family, and he takes care of his concentrica. Did I say that right? I normally don't say that right. So that made me know that he was the right man, because this region here that's breaking off, the Keep, the Bayou, what am I missing? Pain Station is a brotherhood of service. These men serve the community well. They serve it very well. Ever since this was planted here at the Bayou a couple years ago, they serve. One of the biggest, coolest events that we did was the celebration of lights that AOL got the brothers to do here. It was unbelievable. So I look forward to watching Five-Hole's leadership, watching him grow as a Nantan, and the cult of the Valhalla brothers. So give it up for, and let's give it up for Walker, who made another beautiful. Walker's in the back there. He never wants credit. Walker, man, he delivers every time. To the Valhalla region, Five-Hole, baby.
I got some words.
Take your shirt off.
I'm more than just a piece of meat.
No, you're not.
Is that what Vantage really is? How I got into the group? All right, first and foremost, Danny Kane, thank you for a beautiful speech. Meat Wagon, thank you for everything that you came up and said. I had no idea you were going to do that, so thank you. That was awesome. Walker, beautiful flag, brother. You do a great job every time. I look at this thing. This thing is great, man. And Lamb, thank you for the kind words. Thank you for obviously choosing me. It's an honor to be here. You know, the greatest thing about serving in the Marine Corps was the fact that I got to be a part of arguably the greatest brotherhood in existence. These were men that I loved, I'd give my life for, and I know they would give their life for me. And what I soon realized is when you form a bond that strong, it's really difficult to thrive without it. So when I got home after my service, I struggled severely with that adjustment. I had years where I battled survivor's guilt, which led to a lot of drinking, self-hate, questioning my purpose, questioning, even at my lowest, whether or not I should continue to try living. But thankfully, for one man, I found F3. And with that, I found grace. I found myself, I found purpose. I found that brotherhood that once again I desperately needed. And so, oh man, sorry guys.
How dare you? Only a brother.
Nothing like your brother in front.
I love you.
All this joy, and he's still thinking.
Get out of here.
Oh man. So, it's a brotherhood that I've desperately needed, but it's also a brotherhood that many of us need.
Hi.
So as we're here and we're celebrating where we've come from, we also need to paint a vision as to where we're going to go. Aye? First of that pillar is growth. In a few weeks, we're going to be launching our 4th AO, Warriors Refuge at Dames Park.
Yeah, baby.
And although we've got other locations in our sights, the big thing we also need to focus on is bringing more men into the fold. Whether they're neighbors, friends, family, random people running on the side of the road, which would be a lot funnier if Got Junk was here. But the point is we need to remember, no doesn't mean no forever.
4-year EH.
No just means no for now, because it took me 4 years. 4 years to get to yes. So, I urge you guys, do not give up, because we need men out there just as much as they need us, aye?
Aye.
So with that, we also need to remember something else. Something a grumpy old Nantan once told me. Don't forget to have fun. I mean, look what we've done with Valhalla, Thor's Hammer, Northmen. I mean, and I can't even take credit for any of that. This was just a compilation of men who came together and had fun, which is what makes our brotherhood so special, is that fellowship. And we carry out that fellowship not just in cafeteria, but in second F lunches and monthly get-togethers. We also need to work on getting our families together. There are so many ways that we can celebrate ourselves. And guys, being out in the gloom, it's great. I love being here every morning. But there's something to be said about getting together during the day in our communities and demonstrating the strength of our bond. And maybe, we might look a little less culty. Speaking of community, as we alluded to earlier, we've got a lot of projects that we're involved in, thanks to AOL and everyone here. We've got the Celebration of Lights. We've adopted a road. We're going to be building a float for the 4th of July parade coming up. So more to come for that later. A boat. Yes, a Viking boat. Seriously. Yes.
Why would we do anything else?
So, but
our service is not restricted to just these big events. We need to remember that being involved in our community in an intimate setting is also incredibly important. That's where we build our connections with our fellow men. And it's those connections that drive conversation. They drive curiosity. They want to know about who we are, what we stand for. And those conversations could inspire other men to come join our cause, leading to our continued growth, bringing everything full circle. Aye? Aye. Gentlemen, my fellow Northmen, it's an honor to be named your first Nantan. It's an honor to be able to serve every single one of you. And I'm excited. I can't wait to see what we're going to accomplish together over the next 43 feet. Aye? Aye. To Valhalla! To Valhalla! That's not going away for a while.